Hello everybody, today we'll be going over an IB Math Studies problem on stats. And so we have that the IB grades attained by groups of students are listed as follows. And we have the list right here. And they ask us to find the median grade. And so for the median grade, we know that it's the middle value, okay? So if I have a set of data that is, for example, like this, 2, 2, 2, 3, and 3, my middle value is going to be this 2 right here. The reason I know this is because I get rid of the first one and the last one, the second one and the second to last, and I end up and I see what do I end up with, okay, with this process. And of course here my median would be 2. But in the problem, I would first have to organize my values from lowest to highest. And so doing that, I notice that I have 1, 2. So I put that 2 right here. I notice that I have no more 2's, but I do have 2 3's. So I put that here. And I go on with the 4's, etc., etc. Now once you have it organized, you want to do the same process that I did here on the top right, eliminating the first and the last and seeing what ends up in the middle. And so I will do that same process. I get rid of the first one and the last one, the second one, the second to last, the third and the third to last, etc., etc. And I see that I end up with 2 values in the middle. Okay, I can't keep eliminating or else I end up with no values. And whenever you face this problem, where you have 2 medians, or so we say, it's not that you actually have 2 medians. Your median is still 1, but the way you calculate it is by taking these two numbers and doing 4 plus 5 divided by 2. Okay? You're essentially taking the median of the two numbers in the middle. And so I end up with 9 divided by 2, which is the same as 4.5. This is always going to happen when you have a sample size of an even amount, okay? Because here we have 10 students, and whenever that happens, you're going to end up having to do this process here, okay? But that is how you get the median grade for part A. Now, for part B, we need to calculate the interquartile range, okay? If you're not sure what this is, watch my video on box and whisker plot because I will go fast here. My IQR is going to be Q3 minus Q1, okay? Now, what the heck is Q3? What the heck is Q1? So, we know that my median is right here between the 4 and the 5, okay? One way or another, we can say that my median is cutting right through here, okay? My median is here, and it is my Q2, which is 4.5, okay? The Q1 is going to be the median of all the numbers to my left, and my Q3 is going to be the median of all my numbers to my right, okay? And so doing the same process that we just did for Q1 first, okay, which is the left side, I will see that if I get rid of the first one and the last one, the second one and the second to last, my my number that's remaining is is 3, right? And so here we know that Q1 has to be 3, okay? I repeat the process for Q3, eliminating the first and the last, the second to last. I end up with Q3 being equal to 5. So plugging that into the IQR formula, which is the same, which is shown in the formula booklet, we end up with the IQR being 5 minus 3. And we know that the interquartile range has to be 2. Okay, so that is how you do part B. And finally, for part C, we're going to find the probability that a student chosen at random from the group scored a grade of at least 4. Now, anytime you're dealing with probabilities, you have to keep in mind that you're going to be working like this. You're going to be working with the part over the whole, okay? And this has to do a lot with like fractions. So you identify what is the part I'm looking for and out of which whole am I taking it out from, out of which total. And so my whole is going to be the whole group, a student chosen around them from the group, right? And I know that in the group there are 10 students because if I count my data set, I end up with 10 students, okay? I know this because this is my first student, my second, my third, my fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth, and 10th, right? So I know that my whole is going to be 10. And my part is going to be anyone from the group that scored at least a grade of 4. Okay, and if it's at least 4, it is either 4 and up, right? So that would be anyone that got a 4, a 5, a 6, or a 7. Okay? The fancy way to write this is the probability of x, which is the grade you get, being greater than or equal to 4. Okay? So that is, these two things are expressing the same thing. It's just intuitively, I'd rather explain it like that. Okay, it's going to be 4, 5, 6, and 7. Okay, at least a grade of 4 has to be that. And so I look at all the students that got either a 4, either a 5, either a 6, or either a 7, right? And so I see that here's a 4, here's another 4, here's a 5, here's another 5, here's another 5, here's a 6, here's a 7. And so how many times did I circle? Well, I circled once here, twice, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, 6 times, 7 times. Okay, so my part is actually going to be 7. Okay, so 7 over 10 is the probability that a student chosen at random from the group scored at least a grade of 4, which is the same as writing 70%. All right, so that is how you solve this problem. I hope it helped.